It's been top notch. We've had absolutely wonderful weather all year long. I don't think any of us predicted a rain-free racing season, but we'll take it. Maybe we get another one in 2023. Our Ford Bronco is going to head off the backstretch. Cook and Malbuff, row 1. Rombo, Malbuff, row 2. Here they come through 3 and 4 and into this restart area. The green flag is out, and a great start by Cook, and he leads him down into turn number 1, and Rombo's on the inside as well. There's Chris Malbuff to the outside, trying to take over that top spot. Cook has the lead through number 3. Oh, there goes Malbuff, but he's settled. He regains it. He holds on to it. Camden Cook is going to lead lap number 1. And it looks like Malbuff has come to a stop out the exit of turn number 4.
I think so.
Here comes your leaders, Cook and Hart through 3 and 4. And the green flag is out, and another great start by Cook. Here's Rombo to the inside and Hart to the outside. And we got a car around in turn number 1 that looks like the 46 of French, and looks like Chris Malbuff out there in the buckwheat outside of turn number 2. It is. And the green flag is out. And into turn 1 goes Hart. There's not Malbuff. That is Rombo in the 33 rather. And there goes around Hart out of turn number 2. He regains control, does another loop. Everyone starts to check up. Hart slides into the infield. The yellow's going to come out. We're going to score that lap. Rombo to the restart cone, and he's off. Green flag is in the air, and a good start by Rombo in the 33. Brayton Malbuff giving chase right there in the second position, followed by Camden Cook. And here's Chris Malbuff already up to spot number 4. Brayton on the tail end of Dalton Rombo. He's giving chase. He's not letting him get too far out. And Camden Cook is right there too. We got a 3-car race for the lead, and here comes Chris Malbuff. Let's make it 4 cars now down for that top spot. Here comes Rombo on that low side, ready to complete lap number 4, and Brayton Malbuff is not letting him get too far away. Brayton now takes a peek to the outside. He's going to duck back in as he loses a little bit of time to Rombo. Single file now all through the field. Out of turn number 4, they're stacked up 1 through 4, nose to tail. Rombo, Malbuff, Cook, Malbuff in 4th. Chris, that is. And here comes Camden Cook now as he closes in the back of Brayton for that second spot. Can't quite make any happen this time. Rombo continued to be your pace setter. Brayton gets a little loose there in the middle of 1 and 2. Has a check up. Cook does in the 14. That allows Malbuff to get away again. Here they come down the front stretch. Chris Malbuff now starting to take a look to the inside of the 14 of Cook. And Kyle Hart slowly working his way back into the picture here. He's up to 6, ready to take over 5th from Thornton as they complete lap number 8. Chris Malbuff now to the inside of Cook in the number 14. And he's going to take over the 3rd spot. And there goes Brayton. He slides up the track a little bit. Chris is to the inside. He's going to have the line as they enter turn number 3. Can't quite make it happen though. And here it comes. Well, we got some debris on the backstretch. Looks like a fender. Just as they enter turn number 3, right where Thornton is now. Not Thornton, that's Rombo. My apologies. And we have the 01 of Draper around down front.
Must have ran over it. I think.
Brayton to the inside of row number 2. Here they come through 3 and 4. And a good start by Rombo in the 33. And he's cleared the 10 of Malbuff. Here they go into turn number 1. Nose to tail, Rombo, and the caution is out again. Yellow is out. Yellow. Not quite sure if we had a bad restart there. I don't see any. And we're going to wave off. I'm try this again. Here comes Rombo and Malbuff. Keep your eyes on those two. They got to get to the cones first before they can fire. And there's a good restart. And Malbuff hangs with him on the outside, and Rombo stuck to the bottom of the track, and now Malbuff's going to try the outside, actually, as he head down the backstretch. There's Kyle Hart to the inside of the 10 of Brayton Malbuff. He takes over spot number 3. Halfway home, 10 in the books, 10 more to go. Rombo holding off the 10 of Chris Malbuff. Kyle Hart's moved up to 3rd in the number 23. Chris takes a look to the inside, but backs out of it as they head into turn number 1. Down the backstretch, it's still Rombo, Malbuff, and Hart now. And here comes Brayton. Let's make it a 4-car battle for the lead. Rombo knows he's there. Malbuff's going to give him a little tap as they enter turn number 2. Just to let Dalton know, I'm here, we're ready. Into turn number 3 and 4. Rombo again on that low side. Malbuff in his tire tracks. And they're going to stay nose to tail as they enter turn number 1. And they exit nose to tail as well. Now they start to separate a little bit. Brayton Malbuff has backed off a little bit in the 4th spot. Right now it's a 3-car battle for the lead. Rombo, Malbuff, and Kyle Hart. Lap 14, they're working lap number 15. They're going to have 5 to go this time by. And the 01 of Draper still has some motor issues as he's popping and crackling as he heads down the backstretch. Chris Malbuff again gives a little tap to the back of the 33. Rombo to the bottom of turn number 3, and here comes Chris Malbuff. He might try to let it hang out. No. He stays to the inside. They have lap 16 complete. 4 more to go. Kyle Hart sitting in 3rd. He might have the best position right now as Rombo and Malbuff battle for the lead. Here's Malbuff now to the outside. Can't quite make a run. He's starting to lose a little ground to Rombo. Down the backstretch now. Dalton's got a good 4-car lead over Chris in the 10. Hart starting to close on the back of Malbuff for the 2nd position. 2 laps to go. Can Dalton Rombo hold on? Chris Malbuff's going to charge hard. Don't count out Kyle Hart yet. They may run into lap traffic here of the 01 of Draper. That may change things up. Here they come to the white flag lap. Dalton Rombo. Oh, Kyle Hart tags the wall a little bit. Regroups it. Saves it. He continues on. Now it's a 2-car race. It's Rombo and Malbuff into turn number 2. There's a slower car, Draper. Final corner, final time. Checker flag in hand. It's Dalton Rombo picks up the win. Followed by Chris Malbuff. I believe Kyle Hart will finish in 3rd after some contact with Brayton in the 10, who will finish in 4th. And David French rounds out the top 5. So Dalton Rombo inherits the lead on lap number 2. Holds on for the last 18 laps to take home the win. And Dalton Rombo. We'll turn it down to Keith Zier for our Victory Lane interview.
Well, once they decided to race and not wreck, they did it really good. Great job for those front 3 cars. As this one was in doubt right up until the last couple of laps. Dalton Rombo climbing out of the car now, your winner here on John Burr Classic Night. In this number 33 that's been here a few times. I'll tell you what, Dalton, John Burr said about you when he watched you on the football field and the basketball court, you leave it all out there. Did you feel like you had to do that tonight in this race?
Oh, yeah. I got to apologize to Chris. We kind of got together. He came down and I went up. It was a bad situation there in the beginning of the race, but he raced me clean and I respect that. And I'd like to thank all the fans and appreciate John Burr and everybody for coming out.
All right, Dalton Rombo, there's your man. He is your winner of this INEX Legends race. Late models coming up next.
All right, Keith, we got ourselves a different winner in the Chrisman Fuel Service INEX Legends. Last year, it was Chris Malbuff, in the event of which it was the qualifier for the Nationals at Charlotte. We're not holding one this year, but We have Don Rombo, a different winner in that series on the weekend of the John Burr Classic as we get ready for the Excess Storage Pro Late Models. I remember calling this series last year, and there was an epic battle going on between Josh Verb Jr. and Riley Gill in the battle for the top position. It was a very close margin, but it was Verb Jr. by almost I would say about a 16th of an inch almost with that margin. But won that event, but we will have a different winner here tonight as he is not scheduled to compete in this feature. We have 7 drivers that will be competing for 20 laps before we get ready for a big event that is the John Burr Classic 75 in the Sportsman Modified Series. Got the lineup in hand, getting things ready to go. It will be the top 2 drivers that finished in the series that will be starting 1-2 with Cole Perry to start on the inside row of number 1 with Riley Gill, our track champion. Riley Gill, our track champion, will start on the outside of row number 1. You got Chuck Meyer, who's going to be starting row 2 on his inside, has his secondary late model, you can say, in the 28. You'll see him coming out momentarily along with the other drivers. He'll be starting row 2 on the inside, and Tyler Papin will start to his outside. In row number 3, what usually is Rob Perry's late model to drive will be driven by Sean Lambert to start row 3 on the inside, and Jason Verk in the 29. He told me during the 2 Extreme Monster Truck Show event, he says he guarantees a victory. He's hoping to pick a victory up before the season ends in the late models series. He starts row 3 on the outside row, and then Matt Larrabee to start all alone in 7th.